So, welcome to the Shee DC show.
Yes, welcome. Afternoon wind down time. I had a day today, girl.
This hair look like I had recess. I'm just saying. Don't it look like I
You
had
look like you probably been outside jumping rope or something, but
recess? Look like I was doing
you
some
were knocking shit early today. Yes.
Hey, you can do it, put your back into it.
You got your black and white shoes on.
I actually no, I got my my New Balance flip flops on. They the best little flip flops I had.
That's okay. Be
I,
comfortable.
I like them. I'm Princess Shee, but who are you, girl?
I'm Miss Kee.
Yes, Miss Kee.
Yes.
Now, did you happen to catch if Big Lena was coming back, or we just?
I don't think so. I think she just came and made sure we was good, and she dipped out real something quiet before it even went live. She just dipped out.
We still were unsure. We were still unsure of the progress, right?
Yeah, but we paid attention to the words at the screen, so we okay.
Reading is fundamental.
It is.
Without the words, we would have been shocked. Yeah, so I'm so thankful to Big Lena for coming through and hooking us up with the IT stuff and all of that.
Thanks, girl. Thanks.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Are you all good to go? Good to go?
Yes, I'm peachy. I had a long day today, but I'm good right now.
Oh, what your coworkers do, girl?
Oh my God.
So tell me about your day.
First of all, I work remote right now because of COVID. And I have little people as my coworkers. I have animals as my coworkers. And so we are having like these educational demos at work to educate the providers on, what kind of system they want, what things are happening out there in the vendor organizations. So I didn't realize my phone was unmuted. And I started like really going on the dog during the meeting. And they were like, oh, what did you say? That was a question. And I realized that it was because it was 8 o'clock this morning. I had my man voice and I was like, shit. But the whole time, I'm not on mute. So they came on and was like, please mute your phones. We can hear you. It was me. I was the culprit. But I don't care though, because listen, tomorrow is my last day, y'all, at this job. And God is good. I'm just telling you, I am so ready to move on to the next chapter of my life because I do not work well under confusion. I need to be clear with my roles and responsibilities so that I can go ahead and do my part and go the hell on home. I ain't interested in, dealing with confusion at work.
I actually don't think anybody should be interested in dealing with confusion ever.
But sometimes people try work. Confusion, I'm going to use a keyword, confusionary lifestyle. Some people thrive off of that. And they, they seem like they do really well being in confusion.
Yeah,
I don't.
I have actually noticed that like a lot. And that's kind of interesting because I want to know what happened, like why, like what transpires in you that says, I'm so angry with the world. I just want to make the rest of the world angry. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to wake up in the morning time and I'm going to do my best to shit on everybody. Like,
I don't think it'd be like them being angry. I just think people are just sometimes really chaotic and they just like to work chaotic. Like they like having 19 things to do in one day. I don't want 19 things to do. I want 19 things spread across Monday through Friday. Maybe like 3 or 4 a day, but never 19 things in one day because you can't really never finish nothing. You just keep starting.
I think that too. And I think that you'll always get in a roundhouse circle because I can't imagine you having to be able to complete 19 things in one day legitimately and none of them can fall down because that means something, you're going to die or something if one of those 19 things fall down. I can't juggle that well like that. So I would rather just do a couple things a day, especially when you at a new starting point, right? Like once you master that one thing, that's what he said. Master the small stuff. You gotta master the small stuff.
I say that all the time. If you can't get through life and deal with the small things, then you're not gonna be blessed with the big things because you're gonna fuck the big things.
Because you can't be trusted.
Okay, it's real simple for me. So, I try my best to always get, give my 100 so that I can get my blessings bigger.
Yes. But okay, so we didn't talk about, I know you kept wanting to talk about what we're gonna talk about today, but what kind of tea you got for Shee?
Girl.
Let me tell you something. You know what blew my mind?
What was that?
When you sent me that recording of how much money the Carters have. That kind of blew my mind. And this is the tea that I'd like to. I'm not even gonna spill it today. Like it's nothing to spill. Like
because we broke.
Like there's no way that you do that.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, do you remember when I was saying, but like, hey, yo, they got that kind of money and they give money away?
Mm-hmm.
What? Like how? And you talked about not that long ago, when your cup is full, everybody can get what's left in your saucer. Hey,
they must got another cup underneath the other cup because the saucer don't hold but too much, honey. And I feel like if you giving away and you got golden cribs, 14 karat gold cribs, and you buying yachts and planes, then your cup is flowed over to another cup. It's like a chandelier pyramid at this point, with just cups.
But it's two of them, so it has to be. But like the wine joint that you pour at the top, and
yes, and it just comes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they got. That's what they got. I can be somewhere at the third tier, the fourth tier. I don't necessarily even have to be at the bottom because it's enough for everybody.
I promise you, I hope that, I hope I could get there in like 2 or 3 generations. Like for real. Because it's possible, right? Yeah. Like it's possible for anybody to attain that kind of financial status.
I will say, I shared my feelings about that whole situation, right? But I will say that I do know that I don't know so much about Jay-Z because I don't really follow him, but the things that I've seen about Beyonce and her work ethic, she works very hard and she puts a lot into her shows and the things that she provides to her fans. So for that, I would say, yes, girl, you deserve to sit on the $60,000 yacht or whatever it is, and you have an island in Thailand, girl. You my nigga, girl. You don't get no bigger. Yes, she do it.
And I think it's just like the level of do it, right? Like if you only got $400 a month, then you probably not gonna even ever understand that concept. But if you got 400 million a month, that changes the way you spend your coin.
I feel like we as a people we as a Black community, we just think small about everything. We say, oh, we only got 400, girl, that's $400 more than somebody else got. So how about you just take 40 from that 400 and put it away or invest it in something? It might take you a little longer to get there with only putting 40 or 50 away, but I guarantee you, after a few years, you'll see something. And as you grow as a person, you'll be able to add more into that stage. Don't feel like because you're not where B at or J at that you can't start somewhere. It's possible.
I definitely agree with that, and that's why that's one of the things we're gonna deal with financial management and our people.
Yes.
There's a large group of us that make really good money, and we are still living in poverty though. Like for real, still living in poverty, even though we make a really good salary. So I look forward to like addressing that whole financial situation, and I also really want to know one day, because this our wind downtown, so we could be as wacky as we like. But what I really want to know is how you set a motherfucker up. It's like, do you not? That would have only been funny if you knew what I was talking about. Somebody out there gonna know where that came from, and it's gonna be funny because it came from Trina, the Diamond Princess. But go ahead, anyways. What I really want to know is when you said that, not you, but I was talking to somebody about status and brown people, right? Mm-hmm. And how Black people in America, we don't necessarily follow the right status because it was never set for us. And so we are looking and trying to attain a state of higher level that was never meant for us to attain anyway. And so I was just curious, like, hey, I think that's kind of interesting that people say that. And I was thinking, what you think the alternative could be though? Like, how would we do something like that?
I mean, I just think that every time and it's not all Black people, don't get me wrong, because some of us got some sense, but a lot of us that ain't never had nothing, we get a little bit of something. It could be you that came into some money from, somebody passing or an estate, or you might have went and hit the lotto. You know what I'm saying? You scratched your way to, $10,000. The first thing that we go do is spend money with the white people. The first thing you do. And I even see poor people, because I'm guilty of it. I ain't even gonna sit and act like I don't do it too. I've been poor, girl. And I go buy me a fake bag, whatever. Because that seems to be what makes you have status. But at the end of the day, it really does not. Your character and who you are and your ethics make you be all of that. Not you carrying around a purse and got a $5,000 purse and you got $5 in it. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And whoever said the rules was that you have to acquire a certain amount of money and then you go and get these things, and that means you made it a certain kind of car or a certain type of lifestyle that you have to have. Who set those rules? Do you know?
I think we brown people, Black Americans, I think we set those rules for ourselves now. And when I say that because chances are, if you go back and do like study, or if they ever release this type of information, what went and bought, what Marshall went and got off his first whatever,
right,
gonna be equivalent to what 50 got off his first whatever. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because they just different, even though they come from the same economic background.
Exactly. And 50 definitely, like, no one.
He learned how to fuck that game though. But he
got his own money and he doing his thing. Don't get me wrong. But understand that if he never pushed himself further than the rap game, he would be dried up, because ain't nobody checking for 50 Cent. People still call, Marshall Matthews and be like, hey, can you drop a line on this cipher? I ain't heard nobody call it 50. He ain't got no type of lyrics. Ain't nobody thinking about whatever he was singing about. That's long and gone. And them dudes that was with him, they're long and gone as well. So it's like, if he had not placed his money in multiple pots, he would be probably broke.
But I think he already knew that, and he said that, and that was like one of his goals. Like,
okay, I don't listen to, I don't do no rap, but
you get about there so bad. Like, he did it kind of like music. Like, he said that as a lyric. Like, I'm just trying to get what I got to get out this rap game. I'm basically moving on. Of course, that wasn't the bars. Okay.
My husband said Griselda. Okay.
Every single time.
That if we could invest stock, if Griselda had a stock on the market, me and him would be rich. Because this dude goes all the way out for Griselda. Shout out to Griselda holding it down up there in Buffalo, New York. I got you, okay? And all your cousins and friends and nephews that y'all up there wearing them 2 small coats. I got you. I like it. You love it, boo. I love it.
But I think, isn't that the group that put like 3 different eras together, right?
Yeah, they're like, I don't know all their names because I'm just.
But they did all individually have a great deal of success.
Yes, and they all came together and they're really awesome though. I will say that those dudes really know how to rap, and I can understand what they're saying. Like, for instance, I have no shade towards Lil Wayne, none whatsoever. His beats be cranking, all those things, but I don't know what the fuck he be saying.
Are you serious?
I don't know. It just sounds like a whole bunch of murmuring to me.
Listen, I promise you I know every lyric, okay? Like if it was ever on the radio, if it was ever popping, I know Wayne's lyrics, okay?
You know everybody's lyrics. You know Trina's lyrics. Trina raps like a 30 miles per hour. Like listen, you know everyone's. Eve, whoever it is, you know them. I got it. But I'm saying
that gangsta love.
If I'm in my car and I'm listening to Lil Wayne, it just sounds like I don't know what he's talking about.
Because you know what? Because he's a lyricist. That's what it is.
So that's what makes it lyricist.
Yeah, well, no, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you know what Tip be saying? I hate you.
I don't really listen to Tip, but the few lyrics I've heard him say, yes, I do understand what he's saying.
Okay, which it might just be that down south thing that just might not.
I think so. It's just like who is that?
It might just be Louisiana.
See, I don't know what she says either.
Who?
Maybe every other word because first of all, her accent is very heavy.
Oh.
But I love the girl. I love the girl beat and everything. She got some hot beats and it be pumping, but I don't really understand too much of it. Her husband, I don't know, Lil Migos, I don't know.
I know those words too. Like, yeah, because you know, she be giving sex goddess like everything. So I just always feel like that.
Girl, just give me some, you know, some regular, give me some Brandy. Brandy got a new album out and it's really good. Like I was surprised. Really? My husband actually was playing it for me because I complained so much about listening to Griselda Child. So he just went and found it for me. But I listened to it and I really like it. You know, like I don't like her per se, but I like her music. I think she chill.
Brandy has a new CD out.
Yes, it has like 6 songs on it.
I think that's so cute. I don't have enough space to be downloading nothing else on my phone, though.
It's okay. I mean, I don't download things that I'm probably not going to listen to on an everyday basis. So I'll just kind of listen to it through Apple Music. But yeah, it's kind of cute. I like her. She all right.
I like
her personality. Now she's a problem because you know I watch all the TV shows. She's a problem because she got a lot of mouth.
She on TV?
I feel like that she be, you know, having all that extra mouth, but in reality, she ain't about that life.
But she's on TV? What do you mean?
She's been on Love and Hip Hop with Princess and Ray J because, you know, Ray J her brother. So she's had some appearances on the show when Princess was pregnant with their first child. Ooh. And it just seemed like, you know, she was like kind of saying some things to Princess on the phone, which is Ray J's wife on the phone, like she was about.
Oh, I'm like, what?
Yeah, but then in person, it was like, no, I didn't say that. Like, why would I do this? And why would I? It was just, girl, give me that same energy you had on that phone.
So but it wasn't really being messy. It was just the energy, like how you gonna act like that and act like you didn't say.
I mean, if within a family, I will agree with that, but a stranger, I could definitely see that situation with her getting popped. And that's how Monica ended up popping her because she got a lot of mouth.
Who did what now?
Monica popped her. Like they, you know, they did the song The Boy Is Mine.
Monica?
Yeah.
Don't going over you, Monica?
Monica, yes. And they did the song The Boy Is Mine. And apparently they was on tour. And before they went out on the stage, they got into an argument and Monica popped her right in her face. Yes.
Oh, you talking about when they was young?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Girl, in my mind, child, I thought these was grown.
You know, they was probably like 17, 16, 17 at that time.
Yeah. Now, I could definitely see
Monica always been about that. Like, you ain't gonna do too much mouthing off to her. I can see it. She, you know,
Yeah, but she said that in her music too. She said it, like literally said that in the song. So I listened to. The funny thing is, do you think that, you know, like albums reflects an artist's life at the time in which they're making that?
I do. I can appreciate Beyonce's Lemonade, not Back to Be Again, the Beehive Blues. I can really appreciate, you know, Lemonade because she's a very private person. But I felt like through that. See, that album, honey, I knew their business. She tore her house. She destroyed pictures. She told him to go back to that bit. You know, like she really let us in. And it was through her music. And I thought that was so cool.
I have not. I'm ashamed to say it, but I have not listened to the CD. I haven't listened to it. But if it's all the same to you, I didn't listen to Jay-Z Grown Man CD either. So
And so then their follow-up album that they did together, it's very much to us like they made amends. They're in a better place. They got the love thing going on,
right.
so and they're stronger for getting through the storm. So I definitely agree that people and chemistry. Kim, he's an artist. You know Kim, right? With the bald head. Okay, so we went to see him in concert, and he was basically telling us when he wrote his first album that he was homeless and that he was, just in a really bad place. And he's like, he was sleeping in his car, like a lot of things were going on. And he said that music just poured out on that album. That was one of his most successful albums when he first came out because he really talked about what he was going through. And for me, music is healing, honey. That's why I love R&B music.
I love music too, but I think I more so love rock music.
Because it's a dude that lies somewhere inside your soul, child. It's a dude. I promise you, it's a man in there somewhere. I've seen him a few times.
In one of my previous lives.
But I promise you he did.
Now you can't say that out loud because Elliot McCain standing right here and he might feel like,
No, he is not a real person. But
he definitely inside here.
Yes.
He actually is my big boy, like in real life. He's my big boy. And I didn't really realize that until recently when I started having more delicate conversations with him. And that's when I realized that, this is me all up and through here, because I just thought he was all his dad. Like, I don't know what happened to him. He just all his dad. And now that he's older and he's able to, he's my inside man. Like, that's my dude right there. I'm happy for it though. Like, I like being able to just see it through him, because Lord knows I can't go around walking like that.
Yeah, like you're able to switch it on and switch it off so great. I'm not there yet in my life. It's either on or it's off. And if it's off, it's definitely like all dude. It's just like ugh. And when it's on, it's like all girl. It's tears, and I want nails, and I want hair and eyebrows and lipstick. And then when I don't want none of that, I look like a straight dude. Like, I don't care. My hair looks like a cat been licking it. I put nothing on it.
I don't remember that ever.
You always saw me girly because at that point in my life, I felt like I had to be girly because I was fat and I had to make myself be pretty. But now I'm good. So I can be fat, not fat and ugly, or not happy. It don't make no difference. I'm okay.
You know what I find to be hilarious? You need some help? Okay. You know what I find to be hilarious is that used to be big and I don't even I don't remember. I remember, but it just don't seem like it's different, if that makes any sense. Like, not physically, I don't see the difference. You still shine like you did be. Just a little bit brighter, boo. That's it.
Crazy as hell. So you do understand that I was almost 380 pounds.
Yes.
Okay. I was like 2.5 of me sitting here right now. Like, you wouldn't have been able to see this sign right here because my whole body would have covered it.
I don't remember that. That is not what I remember.
Just in your house at one of Eli's birthday parties looking like the Marshmallow Man. I was just sitting down with a purple shirt on. The kids was playing. Eli had cake all over his face and he was trying to kiss Summer. I remember all of this. Like, I took pictures of it and I was looking at the oven and I was like, oh God, it's so gross. Like, my stomach was hanging over top of my pants. What are you talking about?
I just really don't remember that. I do not recall it the way that you recall. No, like, for real. I remember when you was a big girl.
You just love me for who I am, so it don't matter if I'm fat, small.
I just thought it just seemed so funny. I'm like, I'd be like, well, who is you right now? Every time you be like, that fat girl.
Okay, you just lost a whole bunch of weight too. Don't try to just make it about me.
I don't know. People say, well, yeah. Now the only reason why I know that I lost weight is because my real life clothes won't fit. Like everything else just be like, hey, look, I just want people to know that
that you got a waistline.
Yeah, like weight loss is real. Like you definitely want to like lose weight, get in shape, you know, do what you can. But while you doing that, I think you should always just try your best to put away a couple of coins, because I promise you, if you doing what you're supposed to be doing on a regular basis, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna get down slim, and the next thing you know, ain't nothing gonna fit. Now nothing is gonna be fitting properly, and so you're gonna need to get some new things.
I'm still waiting for you to contact me with that information about them bat wings, that lady that handle them bat wings, and I'm still waiting for that.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that.
I'm gonna need to be first on that table because you got a little bit of wing, but y'all, I promise you, if I flap mine long enough, I will take off and fly.
You get on my nerves so bad. You get on my nerves so bad.
I will launch like a rocket. I will be out of here. Pew.
I think that it's a whole group of people that suffer with that type of situation, right? Like, because you said something that was kind of funny, like you said, I was like 300 pounds or whatever like that, and that changed internally, and I don't know about that, because I mean, I can't imagine it being worse than when I felt like, you know, when I was a little heavier, like a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to be calling myself fluffy for real. Like, don't nobody really want to be fluffy. Like, for real.
No.
Nobody wants to be fluffy, but they make cute names. Like, it's okay, and it's not okay.
Because there's definitely, like, okay, for me right now, like, you know, I'm married, so it's not a big thing anymore, you know, personally. I just try to do what I can do to maintain what I have, right? But it's definitely a caliber of guys that prefer a fluffy woman. I call them chubby chasers. Yeah. And they want all of the rolls and all of the extra excess. They love that. And, you know, I have some big girlfriends, and, you know, they never had no problem with getting no dude. Now, I'm not saying they got a good caliber of a dude, but they ain't had no problem getting no dude. Because, you know, every dude ain't a good dude. He just a dude. You know, let's keep that in mind also. Because I also feel like when you're heavier, your options for landing a good dude are somewhat very much reduced, because men look at bigger women as prey and not necessarily like easy, you know, lower hanging fruit type of thing.
Right.
And they will treat them any kind of way, versus what they really want is a nice, slender, nice, big butt figure woman that they will be ready then to give, you know, their whole paycheck to.
Right. But doesn't that speak more so to him? So why does it end up being a reverse situation, where though the woman usually ends up leaving the situation with or being in the situation with the lower self-esteem?
Because it's a self thing. Because she's going into it not sure and not happy with herself. And then you're looking for then acceptance, because you're not quite ready to deal with the self thing on the inside. So you're like, well, okay, well, I'll take whoever likes me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that likes you ain't for you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how it comes to be. Now, don't get me wrong. It's some big girls out here that got real high. I mean, I know a few of them. They don't give a flying fart about nothing. Honey. They will put on a little tiny eensy weensy skirt, eensy weensy top, heels, and go out to the club and care less. And look up, I think they don't look, you know, attractive, but they don't care. They look fly. And I'm just like, well, whatever gets you through the day, honey, whatever makes you feel good, you do that.
But I feel kind of sad though. Well, I guess again, I think it grows to show about the self-esteem. So are we saying that she just might have high self-esteem and she wearing a real teeny weeny top like that?
I just think sometimes, you know, they make things in our size. They try to make things for bigger girls to be more in alignment with the smaller girls. So like, because when, you know, coming up, when because we know we kind of old now, but coming up, when we used to go to the club, leave work, go to the club, get our outfit, get our matching shoes, and do all those things, you know, I had to go to one store because I was bigger, and you had to shop at other stores because you were smaller. So it was very limited. It was like Murray Ann's,
Lane Bryant,
right? It was those kind of stores. So those are like very limited to choices. But now it's like, because big girls, I guess, it came a long way. You know, you got Forever 21 with a plus size section. You got H&M with a plus size section.
But are they really plus size sections though?
They are. I mean, I feel like H&M runs on the smaller side, but Forever 21 is very much true to plus sizes. They're very true to plus sizes. And they have cute stuff. They have cute stuff that, you know, bigger, larger women will look good in.
First of all, I remember when I went to Ashley Stewart and Lane Bryant quite a few times. This was like, you know, right after I had my kids and stuff like that. Well, not the big boy, but throughout my life. But I just never understood how they stayed in business. Like, I really don't, because the things that they had was never really all that attractive.
But
and
when you
know that to be
you don't have a choice.
Person, huh?
When you that size, you don't have a choice. And they're also very expensive. I remember when a Lane Bryant with like $100 and come out with one shirt and a pair of tights. I promise you.
Now here's the thing. Now I keep it real. I still shop Lane Bryant. Okay.
That's because of your kahunas.
That's it. I'm that Lane Bryant.
Even like Ashley Stewart, that butterfly bra was everything.
Yes, the Jill Scott butterfly bra.
And I had no top. I had no top then, and I definitely don't have no top now. So I can go to Family Dollar and pick me up a $5 joint, and I'm good. But for those of us that are blessed with a whole lot of mess up there, y'all need to have your things secure and bolted down.
I can't. I don't. Yeah, and that's why I have to go to the Lane Bryant, because I'm going to get a Walmart bra. It's not going to really necessarily work out for me per se. Yeah, but I'm just curious. I don't know. I just think I think it's all about a self-esteem thing, and I think it begs to differ though. How is self-esteem created? Is this through parenting?
It is through parenting. It is through parenting, and I will say that my daughter struggles with that. Just trying to. One thing is that she's very critical of herself, so therefore she's critical of how others see her. So she feels like, you know, if her glasses aren't the right kind of glasses, then it doesn't make her cute. If her hair isn't the right kind of style, then she's not cute. And I'm telling her, even without all those things, you are beautiful in who you are as a person, and you don't need any of those things to feel like you're better or you're more prettier. They are called enhancers, honey. Those are just beauty enhancers, you know.
I wonder if, you know, I don't have any girls per se, you know what I mean? And I didn't get, you know, to raise any girls. So I'm just wondering, when you're raising girls, are moms going around saying just what you said to their baby girls every day, so that they start to know and learn that? Like, oh, you so cute, or you so pretty, or do they learn that because that's what people say to them all the time? But what happens when go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's an exchange of things. Though it's all of those things. It's because, okay, you know how you've seen people, some of your friends or colleagues or whatever, they had a kid, right? And that kid was not that cute, right? And you know, you'll hear people be like, oh, that baby's so cute. And I'll be looking like, ain't nothing cute about that baby. You know what I'm saying? But even so, as that child growing up, it's up to those parents in that household to make that child feel like that child is the most beautifulest child in the world, regardless of what anybody else thinks. That's where self-esteem starts. And once you start carrying yourself that way, other people start treating you that way. But if you always just carry yourself in the manner of, you know, you feel like it's something wrong.
Yeah, then you will end up, it'll always be something wrong.
But you know, like that movie, The Help. Did you see the movie, The Help?
Yes. Do you remember I used to do that to Rashid? Do you remember that? But no, for real. Do you remember when he was little and I used to do that to him?
Yes, say them things to him.
Yeah.
You is smart, you is beautiful. Like, I really think that all parents should say that to their children. And it was so interesting to me that black lady was saying that to that white child. And I could not understand why that white mother was not saying these things to her child. Like, so after that lady went away and she was no longer working in that home, then what happened to that baby's self-esteem? What happened to that continual, pouring into that child? What happened to? But in that case, society will put that child on a pedestal that a Black child by society wouldn't be put on.
Yeah, well, but once once the environment changes, it does stand to differ if you have made that much of an impression so that the self-esteem can stay there, already present and accounted for, especially if it's a child. Here's the thing about them babies, though. They need it on a regular basis.
Yes.
All the way around until forever, it feels like to me.
Girls watch so many things, so many celebrities, so many different aspects of what beauty is supposed to look like. So if you've never instilled that in your child, that beauty starts within, then they're always looking for what's the next, hottest thing that's going to make me look cute, and we ride these fashion fads all the way to the end. Like the eyelashes, I have had enough. I mean, if I see one more lady out here look like she about to take off from her eyes, I just want to go there and just peel them off and be like, now you can see. Because I can't imagine how you can see with all that over your eyes.
I mean, how long? But you know what? Here's the thing. I think I remember lashes going on for years and years and years and years.
Yes, they've always been a part of beauty. Okay, I get that. But to the point where we always have to take everything to a new level. Black people always have to go 1,000% overboard.
I think that's only because of the internet. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's only because of the internet. Because you know what? Our dancers, they've always worn lashes, okay?
They're called enhancers.
Exactly.
They're beauty enhancers. But when you take the enhancement and turn it into, that's all I see.
Yes. Well, again, that's the entertainment industry situation. But you, as the parent, should be the one that's controlling that.
But what if you're not a parent? What if you're the adult and you're doing that? I'm talking about, I see grown women. I'm not talking about the children, because my daughter would never put no eyelashes. She's 10. Okay, I wish I would. I snatch her real and her fake ones off. No, we're not doing that over here. But what I am saying, I'm talking about the grown women that's in the 20s, 19 to 20, some maybe. I've seen older women, out and about. They look like they could be 50. And their lashes are retarded, like they're long.
So what I want to know is, how do that? Maybe it's because of a particular situation. Like, nobody's putting the lashes on. Like, I want to look real dumb. Like, I don't think that's what's happening. I think that there is something that's definitely taking place where they don't know that it's not exactly appropriate to look like, I don't know, like. Heads really, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you look at Black culture as a whole, we're okay with lightening our skin, getting rid of our melanin.
Who are we okay with doing that? Who is we? Hold on, boo. Don't.
I'm talking about we as a society.
No, we not okay as a society.
Yes, they are. It's acceptable. Little Kim, Little Kim. We used to walk the Queen Bee when we was young, and she
off though. No, she off. That's just like we know that Michael did that, but he was off too.
Okay, so all the people that bleach their skin is off. I know some people that come from that are from African descent, that come here from places like Nigeria, Ethiopia, and they come here with a darker complexion, and they begin to start lightening their skin. They have associated lightening their skin with better treatments. Like, just like back in slavery times, the lighter skinned woman got the better job, she got the better husband, she got to be in the house, got not to be out in the field. That's always been the thing.
That's because of slavery. I love
it. But it's still going on. Like, people feel like, and I've asked.
But is it still real right now today?
Yes. Even I have even seen where stars are, I know what their complexion is. I've seen them regularly, you know, like in regular TV or whatever, and they'll do a magazine spread and they have airbrushed them to be lighter.
Really? Maybe it's just about the blemishes though. I don't know. But you know what I did believe, but you know what I did say about this is that I just watched The Shy, right, for the first time this year. And when I
season 1 or season 2?
I'm gonna see. I think it's season 3. I think it was.
Okay. Okay.
I want to watch season 1 and season 2 so I can figure out what I missed because
it's a really great show. I love The Shy. I love The Shy. Like it upset my soul Sunday though. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't see that, but I think it's hilarious that not hilarious. What I wanted to say is that on The Shy, those are some beautiful Black folk on that show, girl. Like all of them are so beautiful. And
that's the girl and her wife, and then her daughter, and then the girl. Yes, all of them are pretty. The baby mama, Daryl got like 3 baby mamas and wife in the same house. Yeah.
But the funny beauty is that they look regular people.
They regular, and I love that. And I feel like we as people need to see more regular people on TV, not people made up to be what society deems to be appropriate. If she dark as a berry, I want to see her black ass on the screen, dark as a berry. I don't want you to lighten her up and make her be like caramel, because she ain't caramel.
Yeah, I think that's sad that it's still going on right now. Like that's tomfoolery in itself. But I guess when you look at it though, we talking about 400 years. That's a lot of generations, John. That's a lot.
It's behavior. It just starts with one person saying, "I do not accept anything but me being the way God made me," and that's it. And once you be okay with the skin you're in, it don't matter what nobody else feels.
But I find it hard to believe that somebody like dark skin, or I find it hard to believe that you can get to be light skinned and be like, oh, she ain't nothing because she dark skinned. Like that shit don't even make no sense to me. I don't even understand how that could possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no kind of sense.
I done seen Jennifer Hudson. I know Jennifer Hudson is my complexion. I've seen Jennifer Hudson in photography shoots and layouts, and she's very much lighter than she really is. There's a lot of them like that. I just can't call them on top of my head, but I've definitely seen a lot of people, especially in Hollywood. And that's just because I guess that they are looking for a certain type of person that is acceptable in Hollywood, where they know you're Black, but
they don't want you to be that Black.
They don't want you to be original Black.
They don't want you to be blackity black.
They don't want you to be no original Black. You got that.
They want you to be dark skin. Dark.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I mean, okay, well, that was good seeing. I'm sad that we still actually do that. Well, I guess maybe because I've always loved darker skinned people because they just been more attractive to me than like lighter skinned people. So that means that I feed into the same damn stereotype. Like I just fed into it right then and there. Like I'm already saying that a dark skinned person is gonna be more attractive to me. But here's the thing:
personal preference.
A dark skinned person is gonna be better than a light skinned person in all their endeavors in life. Like I'm not saying
that's completely different. That's a personal preference you have. Like one person, a bald head guy versus the guy that got hair, or a guy that got a beard versus the guy that don't have a beard. Those are personal preferences. They have nothing to do with how anybody looks at people as a whole. That's just what you choose. We all have our preferences on what we like and what we don't like. You know, I don't like short dudes. Like I would never talk to a short dude. I'm 5'8". I'm pretty tall for a girl, so I clearly would never talk to nobody 5'5", 5'6". That's irritating to me. You will get nothing.
How you gonna discriminate against the little man?
I'm not discriminating. That's my personal preference. I'm just saying everything needs to equal up from the top to the bottom. I don't want no short dude. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all the short dudes.
I love
y'all thing. You know.